Oh, hey there. Let's talk a little bit about practice. Hi, I'm Les Raymond with the Mindful Movement. Thanks for joining me today for another mindful tip. Another tip on practice in general. And like I said in our last video, we're all practitioners and we become the sum of whatever we practice every day. We're practitioners of living or being. And I noticed some things recently. My son, who's 13, recently for his birthday got a basketball hoop. And I noticed him develop a new practice. So almost every day he spends 5 minutes, maybe once or twice, going out and shooting. And sometimes I'll go out and play with him. And he's building a new practice. And I don't know if he really has a goal. It seems like he finds joy in the playing. And he's getting all these benefits. He's out in the sun, he's moving his body, so he's exercising, he's moving his lymph, he's moving his blood, he's having fun. Now somebody could practice for a totally different reason. So somebody could come out and want to practice shooting hoops because at a certain time in life, they want to play at a certain place, at a certain level, maybe for a certain amount of money. So maybe someone that wants to be in the NBA, for instance. And they're going to have two totally different goals. One could really just be the goal of going out and practicing and enjoying whatever it is and allowing that practice to offer whatever it offers to them, mentally, physically, emotionally, and the connecting with the outside. And one person could be driven to be at a certain place at a certain time within that skill set. But the real benefits are in the practice. So regardless of what outcome comes out of that, the real benefits are in the practice. Now, if there's an attachment to the outcome, that always comes at some price. That will come at some price eventually. But they both benefit. And like as a parent, we could easily look at one of those goals being better or worse or good or bad. And that's really just us projecting, I don't know, whatever insecurities we have or whatever, we feel not good enough about onto them. And that's a different topic for another video. But today's talk is really about the idea that the benefits are in the practice. There was a time in my life that I was deeply entrenched in the sport of triathlon, which you have to practice a lot to prepare for the race day because there's just a lot going on. There's a lot of different things to practice. It takes time. And the race day, there was like no benefits of. I mean, if you did well, it would maybe stroke your ego and maybe inspire you to go forward, but that could equally be detrimental to you. In fact, the race itself, I would say, is not healthy, doesn't really serve you. Like an event like that takes a lot of time to recover. So anything that takes a significant amount of time to recover from is basically a function of you beat yourself up. I mean, there's some events, there's some sports that could take months to recover. I mean, if you see high-level fighting, for instance, there's a lot of time between their game days, essentially. And in the racing world, I remember, the longer the race, you could easily need several weeks to recover from. So the race, there was really no benefit to. But in the practice, in the preparation, so many benefits. So as a parent, that little side note, when we see our children practicing, let's be aware that our goals or what we think doesn't interfere with their practice. We don't own them. We bring them into this life and it's their opportunity to build practices and learn from them. and discover and explore. And that's a really important concept that we could really take a deep dive on, maybe another video, to maintain healthy relationships with those that are closest to your life, especially your kids. But noticing that regardless of the goal, the benefits are in the practice. So let's be aware of what our practices are and how we go about them. And I encourage you to keep practicing. And with meditation, that practice just permeates through all of our other practices, I feel like. So it's such a powerful kind of cornerstone of daily living, because it really changes the way you practice, how you practice eating, or how you practice preparing for bed, or how you are in relationship with others. So very powerful. And if you want to share about what that practice means for you, the community would love to hear. So please comment below. I hope you enjoyed this lesson today, and I hope you enjoy the practice.